Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new league racing video. This is Las Vegas once again, WOR round number 9. And as you can see, we're 4th in the standings, 21 points behind Julian Klaffenbach. And yeah, we need to catch up a little bit if we want to stay in the championship fight. Obviously, we've missed a couple of races, and then the first race was a complete disaster. So, yeah, at first, WR for me was just doing it a little bit for fun on the side because it was on a Sunday, and yeah, doing 2 leagues in 1 week at top level, it just, I couldn't really do it properly both at the same time. And considering it was on Sunday as well, usually I don't drive on the weekends. Considering it was a Sunday as well, I just decided to do this fun. But now it's on a Thursday, and they decided to follow the PSGL calendar as well, which is why we're doing Las Vegas again. And that makes it a little bit easier, you know, because then we're already prepared for the day after. And yeah, and now we can basically go for the championship as well properly without sacrificing anything else. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Round number 9. And we had PHL the day before this, so we are prepared well. And this first lap, unfortunately, I didn't quite get the cuts right. It wasn't a bad lap, but I just didn't get that cut that I was talking about in the PHL video as well. And that just cost you 2-3 tenths. As you can see now, onto our final lap in Q1. We're down in P12, so we have to improve here. Only 2-3 hundredths up, but as you can see, we get the cut right, and you can see in the delta in the top right, that is 2.5 tenth gain. Maybe 3 by the end of the straight. That is going to be the difference between. We are now currently in P14. That's going to put us P1 pretty much, close to P1. So yeah, this track is a little bit bullshit in that regard, because it comes down to luck. In the end of the day, it's not really skill. We are through anyway.
The entire lap just comes down to one corner. Such a joke.
Yeah, as you say there, the entire lap just comes down to one corner with 3 tenths up. Okay. And that put us P3, just because of one cut. So, yeah, into Q2 we go. Unfortunately, we had to use 2 sets of tires. And, yeah, that's no ideal. Because the cut is so hard that you kind of want to have 2 attempts in Q3 at this cut right here. And first new set of tires.
Why am I even doing this race, man?
First new set of tires in Q2, and yeah, we invalidated. And as if the cut is not hard enough with the getting sent into the sky or coming off the ground, the corner cut itself, the track limit seemed to be inconsistent as well to make it even harder. So yeah, let's just very much pray this track is not going to be the calendar now for esports, because it's going to be a lottery on who gets pole, and then yeah, it's just not very lovely. So into the second sector we go. This lap is very important. We've only got a used set of tires, a lap time, and because we've got the softest compounds available, that used tire is useless pretty much. You can see we're already 3 tenths up before we even head into sector 2. And now this cut, we need to get it right. We cannot invalidate. And you can see here, I took it very, very safe that time around. And it is way too slow to do it. But the rest of the lap was so good that I decided, you know what, we don't even need the cut, because we're going to be able to make it into Q3 with a lap like this anyway. So for Q3, we do have to, because everyone is going to be full push in Q3, and if you don't cut it, then yeah, there's no point. 5.5 times up on our used tires, and yeah, considering P9 is only at 29.709 at the moment, that's going to be quite comfortably true with a 29.374. Yeah, lap times improved a lot there in the end. You can see P10 was only 9 hundredths slower than us, where when we improved, it was only like a 0.7. So yeah, into Q3 we go, and unfortunately we don't have 2 new sets of tires, so it's all going to come down to if we can get the cut right, and also if we get lucky with invalidation. So yeah, 29.742. Not a great, not a bad lap. I think we were fastest on the used tires, but it doesn't matter too much anyway because this is the only lap that counts. New tires are on, and yeah, instantly through turn 1, 2, we're going to be nearly 110 up. So solid turn 1, 2. Pole yesterday was a 29.04. So if we want to beat that, we need 7 tenths on our delta. And as we head into sector 2, we are 1.3 tenths up. Not a bad split, but this is where we can gain a lot due to the low-speed mechanical grip corners. And obviously, if you're on new tires, that gains you a lot. And we've gained another 1.2 tenths through there. Let's see what we can do. And let's see what we can do in the cut. This is where we can gain a lot of time. Over the cut we go. And unfortunately, it's invalid. And yeah, that's
cutting it
really
less than
unlucky.
before. Fucking joke, man.
Yeah, what I said there is pretty true. Yeah, I cut it less than other laps that were valid. It's just luck based as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's no words. In the end of the day, it was still a really good lap, but we just got unlucky that it got invalidated, and we set at 29.102, which would have been enough for pole position. But we just didn't have the random number generator luck on our side today in qualifying. So we're going to have to do it from P10 on the grid. That's exactly where we started yesterday as well. I feel like in PSGL our pace was not quite there. But today it clearly was. We just got a little bit unfortunate with the cut. And yeah, that means we're down in P10. So yeah, championship leader Julian Klaffenbach in P2, which is not ideal. He had pole yesterday, and now he's 1.2 tenths slower than he did yesterday, which might have just been down to how he got that cut as well. Again, it's one day it can be P10, I think so, and the other day it can be P1. But yeah, P10 it is. Let's see how we can do today. Again, we're going to opt for the same strategy, starting on the mediums, and then see when we pit. We're just going to have to wait and see how this race pans out. It's going to be lights out, and away we go. A lot of people around us on the hards once again, and there's some ghosting going on as well, which is a little bit weird.
How's everyone ghosting already?
And yeah, there was a restart before this, and you can see Duncan went a little bit wider. I was wondering if I was not ghosted for him and that I was pushing him, but I got a little bit confused because everyone was driving through each other, but then yeah, I tried not to because officially in WOR it's not allowed to take advantage of other people ghosting, but yeah, in a situation like that I guess it's a little bit impossible for everyone, especially at the start of a race. So P9 it is, and now we got Josh Ido on the hard side of us. Ideally we clear him straight away, but it's not easy to clear someone at the start of the race because he will have a full battery as well. He will have DRS after this lap as well. So if we don't get past straight away here, it's going to be very hard. There's a little bit of a lag going on in front of us. So I have to be careful with that. And now, yeah, we're so close behind George, but you can see it's not. We don't have any more top speed compared to him. So no slipstream. We tried to go for the move into the last real corner of the track, but unfortunately we couldn't quite pull it off, and I decided not to brave it around the outside there because he's on a different strategy. Of course, we might get past him, which would be nice, but the issue is that because he's on a different strategy, we're not in a direct fight at the moment. So I decided to just be careful, not risk or front wing. Obviously, I drained the battery a little bit, trying to force his hand, but again, couldn't quite pull it off. And now, yeah, we're not really going to have any more overtaking opportunities for the rest of this lap. So, yeah, we might just have to except we're gonna stay in P9 and just see from there, really, because yeah, I felt like hard medium strategy is not that good. It can be really good. It's really dependent on how the race evolves, because we're using the softest compounds available. The medium and the soft especially, is completely useless. Lap 7 now. You can see we're still behind Josh. So
Yeah.
let's see. I was thinking about boxing already on this lap. Yesterday, the winner in PSL was Thomas, who boxed at the end of lap 9. But the people around him boxed on lap 8. So it is possible to box that early and go for an undercut. And with so many medium runners ahead of me, I decided, you know what? If no one else goes into the pits, then I'm going to do it. And go for a new set of the hards. Angelo Di Ortenzio boxing behind us as well for a new set of the hards. So he goes with us for the undercut. And it would be very nice if we can pull this off together, because then we're in a 1-2 position for the rest of the race, and we can kind of help each other defend from other medium hard runners or even late hard medium catchers. But lap 7 is quite early to box. Remember yesterday in PSGL we boxed in lap 11 and we caught up to Bari, who boxed at the end of lap 8, and we had a lot more pace. So lap 7 is early and it is tricky. We will have to save tires, but we are just playing the track position game here. But as you can see, we came out 1.3 seconds ahead of Angelo Di Ortenzio, 1.3, 1.4 seconds. We've already gained 2/10. So something went wrong in his pit entry or pit stop or both. But yeah, he lost a lot of time. And yeah, we can't wait for him. If we want to make this undercut, we've got to push like absolutely crazy, because we were in P9 when we boxed, which means if we want to get this undercut, we have to overtake 8 cars, which is around 3 seconds, maybe a little bit more, maybe 4 seconds. So if we want to pull this off, we need an insane outlap. And that's what we're trying to do. Full push, purple middle sector. And we're going to drain this battery once again out of the final corner. You can see we've gained another 6/10 on this lap to Angelo. And it's only going to be more, because that final corner was nearly perfect. And as you can see, we've gained now around 8/10. So this lap was really, really good. We've drained the battery. And now, let's see if we manage to get the undercut. Otis Lawrence and Istvan Pukki into the pits as well. They're coming out. And we are right ahead of them. And they were in front. They were leading that train. And we got DRS on the next straight. This was crucial for a race. And now suddenly, we're on the net race lead. Obviously, we will run into tire issues. But we've got to try. From P9, we've got to try. We started P10. The only way we were going to get something, some valuable points here, it was by taking a lot of risk. And that's exactly what we've done. Purple first sector as well. And yeah, we needed that. And now we need to recharge our battery, though. That is crucial now, because if we don't recharge our battery in time, we're going to have 2 people on 1 lap fresher tires behind us, potentially with a full battery, and they want to get into a 1-2 position as well. Istvan will be happy with P2 here. Otis, down in P17, will not be happy. He will be trying to take that away from Istvan. And yeah, if we run out of battery, we also will be under threat from getting double passed. But luckily for us, as you can see behind us, they're battling. And that just gives us that little bit of extra time to recharge the battery. You can see they're still going side by side, 8/10 back. I'm using my battery to 0 because I know when they're battling, they will be using their battery. So if I recharge my battery from the start of the straight, they will overtake me, because they will blast their battery to 0 in order to try and get track position. But now they're 7/10 back. Otis clearly ahead. And now I can finally recharge a little bit. And yeah, try to work together with Otis. That's the aim. I think Otis and Istvan might have had a little bit of contact, perhaps, because Istvan has dropped behind Jan Halliday, who's for some reason called Peso in this race. But that's Jan Halliday. For the people who don't know, he's top PSGL F2 driver, which if you're top PSGL F2, you're basically pretty much on pace with PSGL F1. It's just that you are not an F1 esports.
With Otis and Istvan shunt, or what happened?
So, yeah. Onto the long back straight we go. You can see Jan Halliday 1.1 seconds back, and that's quite important information for us to know, because now we can recharge the battery.
Yep.
And just let Otis through. He's on fresher tires. He will know that. And he will also know that we don't have a lot of battery left after those laps we put in. So this is quite crucial for us. Letting him go, and now we can save a little bit of tires and ERS as well, because we are going to be critical on tires towards the end of this race. Lap 16. And you can see Jan Halliday, he's got a 13-second penalty, but quite sure that doesn't stand, because that was for an incident he had with Istvan. So Jan 1.5 tenths back, and this is important for us to defend. Ideally we want to stay in P2 so we can save tires, but yeah, obviously Jan behind us wants the same. He also wants P2, so he can decide whenever he wants to try and fight for the lead. And the lap 16, and yeah, some hard medium runners finally boxing 9 laps to the end.
It's not. It won't.
And
will get removed. I mean,
yeah, you can see a lot of hard medium runners boxing, and they're gonna have a lot better pace towards the end of this race. Only 9 laps on a set of the mediums. Tire wear, obviously important around here, being the softest compound. So us boxing at the end of lap 7. Hard mediumers are boxing at the end of lap 16. Yeah, they're gonna be on softer tires and on newer tires. So it's gonna be tough to fend them off. But we've got to try. We've got track position, and that is probably the most crucial part. Lap 17, we took the lead back from Otis because Jan Halliday was kind of forcing our hand a little bit. So yeah, me and Otis had to play a little bit of games here to try and stay in a 1-2 position. It's not ideal for the pace of this train, but we were not really given any other options with Jan pushing so hard behind. So again, we're desperately trying to hold on to this 1-2. Obviously, we're not even part of the same team, but it's the best shot you have at winning the race, trying to keep a 1-2 position consistently. And now we got Julian Klaverbock in P5. He boxed late for the medium hards. So he's got much better tires than us. But yeah, being a lot faster is one thing, passing is another, and that is a big issue. You need to have such a big tire advantage that you can make easy passes, and then you can get quite an easy win, but it's easier said than done. And the hard medium runners have catched up, obviously. In only 1.5 laps, they catch up to this train, and yeah, their tires are going to be so much faster at this point. So yeah, again, no battery for us, but we've got to try and defend from Jan Halliday. He's going around the outside. We get a bit of clean air under braking, which is quite crucial, because that way we're able to brake later and keep the lead. So once again, we keep the lead, but it is not easy, because we have to defend, but we also have to save tires. We also have to save battery. We're just constantly in the defense modus. So yeah, lap 20, and as you can see, first hard medium runner has catched up. Thomas Rona in P5. He started all the way down in P20, went long on the hards, and yeah, he's already caught up. He's caught up so fast. So it is going to be really difficult to keep him behind until the end of the race, because remember, he only boxed in lap 16. That's 4 laps ago at the end of this lap.
Kids keep spamming the fucking battery all the time, so the train is slow as shit.
Yeah, I don't think at this point I realized we are not fighting for the win anymore, because this whole race I've been defending, and we've kind of ruined the medium hard strategy a little bit here, because we boxed so early, and that way me and Otis have just constantly been defending, constantly been saving tires in order to make it to the end. And that way the hard mediums have caught up so early. And you can see Thomas already in P4. Again having to use battery. And again we have to go defensive. Trying to stay in P2 here. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Again, trying to recharge our battery. But you can see behind us, there's a big green car coming our way on a fresh set of mediums. And he will be coming through. At this point, the aim is not to win the race anymore. At this point, the aim is to finish second. Because the tire advantage is going to be so big. We cannot defend from this. I was in some way hoping a little bit that Jan will put up a very hard fight, because that would release some pressure off us for the rest of the race. But he knew as well.
Is Otis disconnected? No, or am I disconnected? I don't know.
That he couldn't keep that up. So, end of lap 21. And Thomas now only 3.5 tenths behind us. This is going to be quite an easy pass for him. We're also not going to fight this, because if we fight this, we will lose. And he will eventually get past anyway. And that way we'll only lose more positions in the end. So, yeah, we're not fighting this, because we will just drop more points. And you guys have not seen this, but Julian Klavenbach has retired from this race. And that means if we score big points, we gain big points in the championship lead, or to the championship leader. And that's important. Nicolas Longuet in P2 in the championship, he's also not driving. Ismail Fassi, I'm not sure if at this point he has retired, but he will be retiring in this race. And yeah, that means to the 3 people ahead of us, we're going to be gaining big. So yeah, fighting Thomas in that position would have been suicide, and it just cost us a lot of positions. And as you can see, start of lap 24. Otis, I think, has given up to try and stay in the DRS of Thomas as well, because it's just not possible. We've been on these tires since lap 7, and we will just not keep up. So Otis is...
I'm going to have to pass, otherwise they just pass me anyway.
And yeah, as you can see there, I had to get into P2 because Josh, also on the hard mediums, remember, he was right ahead of us when we boxed. He's on the same strategy, lap 16 onto the medium. So again, he's got a much better pace. And because I had Otis ahead of him, or ahead of me, we had to pass, because Otis was just going to slow us down into Josh, and then he would get a free pass. So the only way we could even have an attempt at P2 was overtaking Otis right there, because otherwise Josh would have gotten past us, because Otis would just back us up into Josh. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. 2.4 seconds is the gap to Thomas. Again, we're not aiming for that. We're just aiming for...
I've only got one, right?
P2. So I'm happy if Otis passes us here, but he knows as well that that wouldn't be a very smart thing to do. So we're just going to recharge the battery, keep the battery level high. I think they were trying to double pass us, but that is very, very difficult to do. So yeah, let's see what we can do in this last lap. It's going to be very difficult to defend on that long back straight. It's not impossible, I think so, but it's going to be hard, especially considering we run one lap all the tires, and that one lap makes a massive difference at such a long stint. So again, we're going to recharge the battery early, because I know Otis is not going to go for a move here. We just have to keep the battery level high so we can try and defend on that long back straight. That's the only thing we can do at this point. Into the slow speed section we go. As there was a mosquito in front of me. I tried to blow it away. And I also lost for feedback right there and then. But it doesn't matter anyway, because the only thing that matters is this exit and the next exit. The next exit is going to be even more crucial. Again, I realized I didn't gain a massive amount on that exit, so recharging. And then this exit is the important one. I lost for feedback again there, annoyingly.
And I lost 2 times for feedback in one lap is insane.
But luckily for us, we still got quite a good exit, and we got quite a good cut there. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to try and defend as much as we can on this straight, but Not much we can do. I decided to give Otis the inside there so we could maybe go for switchback, but he had completely cleared us at this point by the time we head into the braking zone. So, yeah, unfortunately we have to settle for P3. And yeah, frustrating, but we gained 15 points in the championship to all 3 people ahead of us. That is huge.
That's nice. I think we lead the championship now, no?
And yeah, we're only 6 points behind Julian Klaverboek now. So that is really, really good. Really important. As you can see there as well, Thomas went from last to first on the grid. I think he had a nearly perfect race, to be honest. Nearly perfect strategy. Probably made every right move he could. And I think we had a nearly perfect race as well. It just, we went for a ridiculous early undercut, which obviously is really slow, but we just gambled on the undercut, which really worked well yesterday. And in PSGL, the hard medium strategy didn't work well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this WR League race. We did really well in the championship. Make sure to like and subscribe for more league racing content, and see you guys next time. Ciao.